Testing 1, 2, 3. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. Welcome to Crypto Hell, I guess. No, it's not that bad, really. So I'm simply a dude on the internet. I can't give financial advice. You probably get wrecked listening to me, so you need to listen to me at your own risk. Yeah, what I'm going to do is we're going to scroll through the important charts, macro, and if you have requests, you can drop them. Maybe we'll get to them. And we'll thoroughly discuss the landscape in crypto today and see if there is anything interesting we can see. Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the weekly. I did a, let's see if the monthly tells us anything. I mean, this is very bearish market structure, right? I mean, that's the market smiling at you on the monthly. But we deserve this. This was a very quick move with 0 retracements. We had racist coins, we had celeb coins. So this is rather a good correction, sideways movement. And it's undeniable that we deserve this correction if we wanted to see a bull run continue into 2025 and maybe even early 2026 or late 2025. So the 4-year cycle guys are looking at the October area, October, November for BTC topping, and the altcoins a little bit after that. And the astrology people are also looking at that dates 11 or October and September, because that is another eclipse season. We are actually now entering into eclipse season. This month is going to be quite rocky. Yeah, and that seems like why everybody is calling for these lower prices to get hit, right? And if we do the fib to the 61.8 is at 37,000. Obviously, the altcoins are absolutely going to get destroyed. And I mean, this correction has been good enough, right? I don't know if BTC comes back to the 61.8 again. It probably does. People will tell you that the fact that institutions are here, this needs to be a little less volatile. Maybe that is true in a few years' time. It is yet to be proven. If we put this on the line chart, I mean, that is technically a W forming here, but this level needs to hold. I mean, it can still go lower and then reverse. The candlestick chart, this is obviously not nice, but we've poked through bearish market structure a long time ago, right? This was confirmed back here. And it's just stopped everyone out that has wanted to short this, because this is where they would have their short position right here. And they would measure the move out like this and then get a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio down here. So 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, something like that. So if they took the trade here, when it broke down, they got stopped out. And it still went to the right correction, but it hasn't gotten to their take profit position yet. I don't know if a trader will try again here, but it's been brutal to the longs and to the shorts. This was a massive liquidation event. We haven't seen a liquidation event like this since the FTX collapse. But those are the things you want to see if you want to go higher, right? Let's pull up some indicators here. This is the weekly. I mean, the last time it was this low. Which is at 48. Was back here, right? Which was in September of 2013, literally a year ago. Right here, down here. And then there was a lot of room left to go higher there. So the indicators have reset beautifully. Let's pull up the stochastic. Down. I spotted a bullish divs here somewhere. Yeah, so there's bullish divergence here. So on the RSI, price action is higher. Yet the weekly made new lows. So that's bullish divergence there. It's not on the willy. We can just cope with all of the bullish divergences, I guess. What's up, Mr. Crypto JSY? I mean, if this was a shitcoin, a general shitcoin, and we didn't know the ticker, I would probably tell you this is coming back to 31,000, right? Just by markets like to retest previous breakout points. This has been a good consolidation. It's held up well, considering everything that has happened, right? Or it is higher again. Yeah, so there's a bulldoze on the daily as well from back here. This most recent, so we had a small little W here. If I put on the line chart, we can see it. So maybe we come down to retest that level at least. And on the line chart, I mean, it's that level. We're just above it. So just retesting previous breakout levels. There's nothing wrong on the daily here. I mean, in fact, it looks good, right? We just need to set in a higher low here and break above here. And that would probably enough to take. That would probably be enough to take us to this higher time frame trend line here. Maybe we get rejected there again. This, like when I tweeted to you guys a month or two ago and said that this is only probably going to be resolved August, September, October, right? Look to October maybe even. So, I mean, if we can stay in this range all the way to those dates, we don't really have to come down to these levels. Let's just measure how long this lasted. And no one was complaining for the straight up that we had a few months ago, a 200% move, 184 days of straight up, right? How long have we been in a downtrend? 180, 152 days. So at least a month more for this to work itself out, right? Time is sometimes more important than price. W. Gann said when time is up, price will reverse. So that's fine. I mean, it can even go as low as the line chart and test these levels here. So just retest the breakout level there. Let's go to shorter time frames and see if there's something up here. Bearish divergence. I mean, it's a reset again, and I can look for a long in this area right here. So it just needs to form a W, and then I can take it. So a few more days. Some of the astrology people that I look at are saying that there are some scary days ahead, especially the 14th. I think it's the 14th, either way. I mean, nothing really has changed here as you just don't want to lose this area here. So there's going to be good support that's going to hold here. And that is the 61.8 here. We might just see a wick touch the 61.8 and go out of here. But still, I want us to stick in this range for as long as possible. Otherwise, we have to come down if you want it to be over quickly. Bitcoin dominance is on the daily here. It's once again printing lots of bearish stuff. I mean, on the monthly, it's printing bearish. It's above the 50%. The 61.8 is at 60%, which is a nice round number, and it is the golden ratio. I think I just repeated myself because I was quickly reading chat. I mean, yeah, this is what you want to see. This has been bearish on the monthly and these large time frames for a long time. But look how long time it spent in these oversold areas before reversing, right? It's still holding on to the trend line. We can see once you lose or break above or break below the trend line, only then things have really changed. We haven't really retested that trend line just yet. So it's probably going to 60%. And hopefully it gets rejected there. So weekly, just bearish print off the bearish print. It's got a lot more bearishness than it had bullishness at the bottom. So at least that's pretty good. And then the daily overextended looks like it wants to roll over. It looks like actually it wants to come retest this here. And then go last leg up for the 60%. Commodities, this is a good measure of inflation. I mean, this broke it down below a massive support level. This is your raw materials, right? When these things get cheaper, it's a good indication of inflation going down. And if this starts going higher, the opposite, right? Let's take a look at it at the monthly. I mean, this is trying to bottom here. It'll be funny if they start cutting rates and commodities just turn around right there. Because I don't think they're going to get, because we all know the inflation is much higher than single digits. We all see it. We've seen it throughout our lives. Everything's just getting more expensive. It does look like it has a little bit more time left. You can see how long it consolidated down here before turning bullish. And that was the exact bottom of the virus situation. It's funny how it, yeah, well, everything bottomed into it and then straight up from there. But this is pretty much the story of the last few years, eh? Just high inflation, and we haven't really tackled it. Because inflation, your raw materials was like in this range here. We're just above it. Hopefully we can see it come in here before turning around. So once again, we want this to go down, right? So we can get the relief in rates, in interest rates. Coinbase is a good chart to look at, because this is a proxy for crypto, right? And many are looking for this to be a top app during the end of the bull run, which means that this will obviously perform well. Because if the app is top of the App Store, you would expect the stock to do really, really well. And I mean, it's been tracking crypto to the T. So this is bearish market structure. We're retesting the top of that breakout level. We need to get above it. There is some bull devs that's formed down here, but rather weak. I mean, the RSI has come down all the way. Look at this. It is at 46. The last time we were at 46 was back here in June and May. Let's just look when that was. Right back here, right? So we've created all this room, like all the way from back here to move higher. And we're up 270% with momentum and reset all the way. That's hidden bullish divergence. You've created a lot of space for it to go higher. It just needs to reclaim these levels above here. But this is a bearish retest. Oh, it's actually above it now, right? So it's gapped down on the weekly massively. Yeah, so you want to see this actually hold above this breakout level. And it's literally just above it. It's a small little, it's a slanted W. It's not pretty. You know what? It probably opens here, gets rejected, and hopefully we get up there then. So that's Coinbase for you. Dogecoin. Dogecoin is in the reload zone. This is where value is at, and this is a good indication of where the overall altcoins are. I mean, this is what I looked out for as a granny style of investing. So what you do is, this is the weekly scale, is you look for a coin that has bottomed, that has formed a large W, has broken out, and then you try to get the retest here, and you do that by pulling your fib tool. I mean, it bottomed all the way back here anyway, from the lows to the highs, and then you wait for the reload zone, right? This is where value is at, and this is where I would be interested to get some of this. Now, everybody wanted to chase it up here, and the meme coin craze also happened here. Or I can catch a falling knife, or I can just wait for a W to form here, right? And buy the breakout even. That's if the granny wants to be very safe. Or she can wait for a W on the weekly time frame. So it will look something like this. So it's made the bottom, and then it breaks above that level. That's so long. Hopefully it creates its W inside the reload zone. So it's nothing really has changed. This is the exact same thing that happened in previous cycles as well. You get your W, your breakout level, and then a retracement, right? Now, it didn't last that long, right? Dogecoin bottomed somewhere here, consolidated for a very long time, had a much more extended rally here, and is now exactly back to where it was before it took over. Is this what happens next? I don't know. I mean, all we can do is sit on our levels and get it when it's in value. And it's in value now, but I mean, nobody wants to buy it now because everybody's scorning for a recession, right? So it's not only in the local reload zone, it is inside of the macro reload zone as well. So I don't know if it performs well, but that is where value is at for that coin. Dollar. Let's pull up some indicators. No, we need the dollar to weaken, right? So there's hidden bullish divergence here. It's poked through bearish market structure, so it's most likely going to have a rally here before rolling over. Very, very overextended on the short range. So yeah, I mean, at least this 103 or 104 area before a rejection lower. Or I mean, we can even come as high as 104.84 before going lower. So this is going to put a little bit of pressure on crypto and your risk assets. The ES, bullish on the daily. The last time we had a bullish divergence sprint was literally the low here, right here. And we've got that same bullish sprint now. It's not confirmed yet. Let's measure how long this lasted. That was 87 days. And how long have we been in this correction now? That's actually the high there. It's been 27 days. So we should expect at least the half of the time for this correction to last. So definitely a few more days of consolidation here. But we need this to be bullish, right? If this is not at all-time highs, and even the Russell, if the Russell's not at all-time highs, we can't expect the risk to flow to us. The Russell has pretty much just retested previous breakout levels or areas that acted as resistance. See the retest there. See the daily if these are oversold yet. So a small little W forming there. Was this positive? No, it's negatively slanted. although the RSI is positively slanted. So that's a bullish divergence forming there. This is good. Good to see. One more retest and we can go higher. So a small pullback. You just need these candle bodies lows to hold to go higher. ETH BTC. That's a small little W forming there. And it's inside the reload zone. Can you believe it? I mean, it'll be very funny if the market just gives us that as our bottom. Don't be surprised if it does, because a lot of people are looking at this pair. Generally, that's our market's bottom, like when everybody is sleeping on it. And this is the ETH BTC pair. It's just created a small little W here on the daily with bullish divergences on the RSI here. RSI is fully reset. The last time it was this low on the daily. It's never been this low on the daily. Maybe back here. Let's look at it on the larger time frames. The monthly. I mean, it's totally reset, right? We're not at the highs, we're at the lows here. But it doesn't look like we're going to get this beautiful bottom print like we did last time. And obviously, we need this to reverse, right? We need the ETH fees to get expensive. I mean, it's not the perfect top, but it is, I mean, yeah, that's a good reset, I guess. If we put it on the, it's quite high. I mean, what are these RSI readings at 51? Just above the trend line. The last time we were this low on the RSI was this area here, just below the reload zone. Yeah, I mean, I won't be surprised if we retest this. It's already probably happened. No, it's not happened yet. It's just bounced off the reload zone very powerfully. I mean, that's a clear break of bearish structure, but this is already far into this trade. And this was actually a good trade to take here, not like BTC stopping you out. Just check this. So they would have taken the short here. Measured move from the high to the low all the way down here. Ouch. And then a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So that's quite a large stop loss. I would probably have taken 50% of the table here at the 61.8 because you came right into the support. I mean, this is a very, very powerful support level. I don't know how you get below it. Because that's the previous breakout level. It's also the reload zone, right? That's the whole reload zone there. PLSC. I'll take a look at PLSC. I see they're working with Randy. So ETH, let's look at it at the shorter time frames. So massive bull doves that's formed here on this downtrend. The RSI is totally reset. Let's see what we can expect on the short term. If you start closing candles below these levels, I mean you closed one and we didn't fill the wick, so I mean look where the 61.8 it is at these candle bodies. So maybe these candle body lows get retested at 2,343 before we can go higher. Pretty much what we want is we just want consolidation in these areas. Just give us 2 weeks or 3 weeks of sideways movement, please. The euro looks like it's getting rejected here, but this coincides with the dollar strength that we're seeing on the chart here. So, yeah, pull back to at least this 1.00, and then we can go higher after that. Gold. Bearish on the weekly. Very, very overextended here. Starting to print bearish here. The last time it was printed. So it's going to probably go a little bit longer here before rolling over. And maybe just move here and then go down here. This is definitely not where value is at. And you might just be buying the highs here before a little bit of a pullback. Stinky Link. Stinky Link has just retested its breakout level. And obviously, PulseChain is trading down here, just holding on. But it's to be expected. This isn't... PulseChain is not a community accepted coin like this, or the broader market. We have constant FUD. Yeah, I mean, Link is fine here. In fact, I can buy some here. It is inside the reload zone. I mean, it's trying to base out here, and it's probably already just formed a small little W. You know what? I actually won't be surprised. This could actually have been the bottom here already. Maybe it just closes one of its candle bodies on this area down here. Okay, so that's a link. I mean, everything is absolutely wrecked, right back into reload zones. This is where granny investors are interested to get some of these coins, because everybody was chasing it up here. I mean, I drew these lines out on Katie's channel months ago. It's funny. Yeah, the market loves to retest these Ws. You can see the clear W here. Higher lows, retest. It's the thing, the institutions don't miss these markets. They bring it back. And everybody thinks that this is it. This is the only thing we're gonna get this bull market. But everybody was calling for it to end early, and now that we have a staunch correction, which no one thought we were gonna get, except rational investors and grannies. Yeah, and I mean, this is where you should be interested if you're a Stinky Link fan. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with diversifying a little bit in any of these coins. I mean, you only now have your extension levels, your local extension levels. So you'll look for these levels to coincide with each other. This is the retracement. These are the extensions. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would like to see Link go to at least $82, right? We can do an extension from here to see the levels that we hit previously. And this was its first cycle. We should probably do it from there. Either way. Back to these weekly levels back here. What's the daily telling us? Yeah, some bullish doves everywhere. This is not the area to be selling these coins here. The Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq doesn't lead the rally, then it's most likely a fake rally. See, yeah, finally very oversold here, or reset on the daily. The weekly, this came down beautifully. What's this at 40, 49? That was at 50 back here, so we're higher, so that's hidden bullish divergence. This was at 45 back here, and we are currently at 50. And there's a lot of room that's been made. I mean, we can see a clear support level on the RSI here. Right, this whole level here. It's exactly at the 50%. So it's still in the bullish control zone for the RSI on the weekly. Let's take a look at it on the monthly. Oh my God. I mean, we could be here, right? If we look at this here, but we need to we need to reclaim that bearish. And there's bearish divergence there on the monthly as well. Oh man, I mean the monthly does look very, very bad. Was this bearish divergence 70? No, it wasn't. Thank God it wasn't. So this is now lower. Okay, so that's check this out. The RSI is now lower on the monthly, and I'll just plot the line there to show you guys. You can see the moving average poking down. So the RSI is lower at 63.60, and the previous bottom was 64.29, yet the price action is higher. So that is hidden bullish divergence. Oh, now we're coping very, very hard, but I mean, that's that. Nvidia, I mean, on the monthly, I mean, this looks like the BTC 2017 top. Not gonna lie. Very bearish on the monthly. Losing structure there. If Nvidia goes into a full-blown bear market here, I don't know how everything else holds up, because this is going to drag down the Nasdaq. And if the Nasdaq is not leading everything else, yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. This is the total market cap. The only saving grace we really have here is we didn't form bearish divergences at these highs. The bearish divergences have been quite good at calling the previous high. This is a measured move all the way back into the 61.8. That's the breakout level at 1.26 trillion US dollars. Stuff. Either you go down here very, very quickly. It's already taken a lot of time and shown quite a lot of strength in not wanting to come down here. So either you need to consolidate for a long time here, or you need to get it over with and dump down to these levels. Total 2. I mean, Total 2 has done much more. It maybe, you know, maybe it does look like the larger cap coins might suffer here, whereas your lower cap shitcoins and the BTC dominance shows the same, and these total market caps excluding stable coins and ETH are, I mean, at their bearish targets, right? And these are your retest levels. We've practically just retested. So it does seem like these other coins might slightly be overperforming those coins that have led the bull market. I mean, people have been saying that for forever, right? That's pretty much what I'm describing is the alt season. This is total 3, so more shitcoins. It's bounced off the 61.8. It's never formed bearish divergences. I mean, if these things can just come down here, I mean, it's fine already, but I don't want to cope hard. I mean, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great market structure for us to go much higher into late 2025. So that's the others dominance. Let's see what the indicators are telling us here. It hasn't printed bullishness yet, but we don't expect the same consolidation that we had in the bear market. This is just a retest, so I mean the RSI is going to look something like that. A positive bounce here, I don't know. Wicks and tails like to be eaten. I don't know if we come back here, but that's a valid retracement. I mean, you should have had your orders here. Now we can't really trade it as it's an index. That's total 3. Let's just see if these are collapsing your long-term yield, bond yields. Yeah, because if this goes down, it's pretty much the interest rates are coming down without having to really pivot just yet. Um, People that are building homes are, I mean, it's just going higher, right? This is positive for the overall cycle, right? We want to continue seeing this go higher, right? Remember, this was the GFC, the Great Financial Crisis. I mean, it bottomed into the GFC, made a lower high, creating bullish divs, and then going higher. USDT dominance, right? This is the inverse of crypto. If this goes up, the altcoins do poorly, or I mean, everything does poorly because if people are selling crypto, they're increasing the dominance of this chart. You can see what I wanted to see. It seems like we found support on this previous breakout level. Let's look at it on the larger time frames. I mean, this is just starting its uptrend here from these lows on the larger time frames. This consolidation is gonna have to go on for a little bit longer here. Like at least we got rejected at the 50% again. But we want these on the larger time frames to go a little bit higher here. So we can have one more leg down. A massive rejection here. Yeah, definitely a few more weeks of slight upside or sideways movement. Because we need these to get a little bit higher, maybe print a bearish divergence, like back here. I mean, we're getting to these oversold areas that we were back up here. Huh. Yeah, so at least we're starting to get a little bit oversold here. It's a strong bearish divergence that's formed here. But it's kind of already worked it out with this consolidation. This is not bearish just yet. It doesn't look like it. It needs to make a lower high here somehow. Maybe get rejected here. And then finally we can get out of this area. Oil at 77. We'd like it to be below 77 because if it's above 77, it puts a little bit of pressure on your risk assets. Oh, this is the Home Builders ETF. Let's look at this on the weekly. So actually a little bit of a consolidation here. Let's go to that on the monthly. I mean, it's starting to print bearish here. Hans, can you look at fiat versus PLS chart, please? PLS on the daily here, you've got bearish, bullish divergence forming. Price action is lower, indicator is still higher. Let's look at it at the 3-day. Bullish divergence on the 3-day as the indicator is higher, yet price action is still lower. Let's check the weekly. Was this a new low made? That was 32.52, 32.61. So 32. So there's already bull divs from here to the most recent low that's been made on the weekly. So we finally have bullish divergence on the weekly forming. It'll only be confirmed once we break above this level, but obviously there needs to come in some strength into this weekly here. Still holding the ultimate lows. But this is actually the ultimate low back here because price action opened here for PLS. It wicked all the way down to 2,760 and only then started its run. So once again, this is an inefficiency in the market. You don't want to see straight green or straight red candles on the chart because that's an inefficiency and the market will come back and fill this entire range, which we now have seen happen for PLS. So yeah, there are some support levels left. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I think I'm numb by now. I mean, and we have bulldozers, I mean, all the way from back here, right? Because price action is higher, and if we put on the line chart, indicators are lower than when they were back here, but price action is... What am I saying? Momentum is higher, yet price action is lower. Sorry, I sometimes confuse myself. So that is a strong bullish divergence that's formed here on the monthly. I mean, the monthly is at 37.22. Let's look at where BTC is on the monthly. BTC on the monthly is at 60 and it bottomed at 40, which we are much lower even than what BTC was at its bottom. Check your encoder settings, keyframes, interval. Let's put it at auto. See if it's better. Okay. So that's PLS. Let's look at PLSX. Holding the 88.6 level, if you guys watch Pip Sniper, we're either this is the first scenario or we go all the way back to the... Can't remember what is range. Oh, I think it was this range here. Retest of that level if we fail here and we don't hold. I mean, do we want to look at smaller time frames or indicators? Let's see what the RSI is telling us. Did that close lower? 1894. Yeah, it actually did. That's bulldozers on the weekly for PLSX. Obviously, it's going to take a long time, right? We need to see a W first to confirm a bulldoze. I mean, this is only your buy signal here. So you need the bulldoze, you need location, and then you need the W to form. So a lot of patience needed. But the PLSX chart's much stronger here. X. Let's look at it versus USD. So lots of bulldozers forming here on the daily, right? Price action stair stepping down. Yet the indicator is still higher. 3-day, this is bulldozers forming on the 3-day. The weekly has bulldozers formed or forming. And bulldozers all the way from back here. It's the monthly telling us. The monthly printed at 38.22. So bulldoze here, bulldoze here. Ink. The incentive token. Bulldozers on the weekly. So I mean, just put on the log scale. That is your weekly W here at 63. Do we come all the way down to retest 63 cents? Because, I mean, this is an inefficiency. There's no market structure here. I mean, this is your last point of support holding there. And it's going to be a fast move down here to 60 cents if we don't hold these levels. Daily. Let's look at it versus Rapid Pulse. What's going on with Rapid Pulse? I mean, I can't buy this up here. It's starting to break down on the RSI. Quickly look at PLSX ratio. This is a top on the daily. Let's look at it versus 3-day. Very high on the 3-day. Starting to break down here. I mean, it looks like we're going to retest the 61.8. I think you formed bearish divergence here on the last drive. Yeah, on the weekly you formed bearish divergence on the last drive. Higher here. I mean, I can't touch this with a 10-foot pole. This needs to come down all the way here. It's probably the last time to get it. So this can either mean PLS continues to the downside with PLSX and Inc overperforming to the downside, or they continue underperforming PLS while we move sideways here, or PLS pumps very, very hard and they can't keep up. So I think the most likely one here is PLS continues lower. And because these are risk assets, more risk than PLS, because PLS is the native, you will see them outperforming to the downside. Unfortunately, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know, right? I can't tell the future. PulseCoin. Look at it versus PLS. So you formed hidden bullish divergence as not only on the weekly but on the daily as well for PulseCoin here. Hidden bullish divergence. Let's see the daily here. Most likely retest this previous breakout. Oh, we've just retested it. You want to see a W form now. This is already the first leg of the W technically. Right, so you just need a higher low to form. Fiat. Let's look at Fiat. If you guys got a few requests, throw them in before I leave. So continuing to outperform PLS here. I mean, it's breaking out here, right? So this is your bottom here. I mean, it made new lows. And I know this is not probably the best chart to look at. I mean, we should probably look at it versus the line chart. It's going to give us a clearer. So that's your breakout there. It's a little bit later to chase here, but it is outperforming PLS. It looks like it wants to go. I mean, it's bearish divergence on the daily already. Maybe take some profits. Hedron and Icosa is catching a bit. I saw me talking about it. Just a retest of the previous breakout point. How boring can the charts get? Obviously, I wanted to see a W. You failed the W, so you need a new higher low to form. We'll just continue extending it sideways. And do you guys want to look at these things versus their USD value. Looks a lot like the PLS chart, right? With this new drive, and it possibly has bullish divergence there on this recent down here. Looks exactly like the rest of the ecosystem versus USD. I mean, I won't be surprised if this is its bottom here. $38.23. So that was lower. So you don't have the bull divs on the weekly time frame. Someone said fame, eh? Fiat. So it's outperforming BLS, it seems. I mean, the W was back here. You can see the clear W, right? It's a little bit above it, but it's struggling. I don't know if I can. If I would chase it here, and I don't know how high it goes. Let's see the daily. I mean, I can tell you where to be interested if this maybe gives you another chance. At the 61.8. I can't chase it, and it's too high for me to buy, but it is outperforming PLS at least. Thanks for the super chat, Swifty. Hey Hans, can you take a look at M8 M87 on ETH? Yeah, let me copy that. Messier. 4.8 million market cap. My word, I looked at this chart back here. Can you believe it? Did I just measure it? Hopefully I didn't miss this. It would suck if I looked at it back there and never bought some. So Alp is locked. I mean, let's just ignore the fundamentals. Wow. Look at all the volume coming in here. Okay. So it's obviously in value here. It's bounced. Showing a little bit of weakness here. He never had a W on the weekly, so you're most likely going to come back here. Let's see if there was a W on the daily here. Oh, hardly, right? I mean, it's in the local reload zone, which is this one here. It's locally in value. It's macro in value. Is that forming a W here? Oh, looks like it wants to roll over. The RSI is not overextended yet. You don't have bullish divs on the daily. It does look like it needs to come a little bit lower. There's the notification again. Once again, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, that's my only concern is you made a V bottom here. Barely made a W. I mean, to be fair, that is that there. But at the end of the day, I mean, it really doesn't look bad. The RSI, a little bit high, hey? The fact that you're at 50 and you're inside your reload zone, that sucks, right? I mean, just for reference sake, I mean, we're trading down here on PLS and the indicators are all the way down here with bull divs. I probably, yeah, I mean, you don't have to catch a falling knife here. You can be very, very patient and just wait for a W to confirm because it's still in the reload zone. I mean, if this W was even to confirm there, break above there, that would be the best, right? Because you have the W here, but it looks like it wants to roll over here. So you can just wait for it to break above, or even wait for the retest to go long. Let's look at it versus wrapped ETH. So that was versus USD. So you can obviously see that I've told you to wait for a pullback here. It's kind of formed a nice stop there. What's the volume saying? I mean, look at all this volume flowing in here. So what I would have probably done as a grant is I could have blindly, if I really like this project and I'm really emotionally invested in it, I would probably just blindly buy these reload zones or these levels. But this is a little bit high. I don't like it up here. So it's gonna form a W somewhere in here, and that's where I would get it. Hope that helped. Let's quickly scroll through the bloodbath here. Die. Let's see if die has continued lower. Oh, rolling over again here. 3-day, weekly. It is in value though. If you really love it, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't fault the granny if she wanted to get some here. But this is rolling over again now, so I think maybe retest these levels down here. See what Teddy Bear is doing. Down 15%. Breaking below the 78.6 here. Yeah, I retest this level. Hopefully it holds, otherwise you're going a little bit lower. What did I do there? It's the weekly telling us. 3-day hidden bull doves, weekly hidden bull doves, but still very, very high. I mean, all of these are going to look the same, right? Still holding up. Retest this level. But look at the wicks on this thing here. Wrapped BTC back to $83. Can you believe it? Pulse spot. Wrapped BTC. I mean, lots of bulldoves forming here. I would just blindly probably get some at the 61.8. I don't know if you're going to get these lower levels. It's showing a lot of strength here. What's the 3-day? Weekly. Anyway, Gophers wrecked. They have turned against PulseChain, just now fighting the project the whole time after extracting a fuck ton of money. They probably didn't make a lot of money on it. But imagine thinking you can now have an opinion if you've launched a shitcoin on Solana at the exact top while extracting a fuck ton of PLS at the top. Now you wanna come fud it, eh? What a fucking loser. Solid X. Right, they really wanted to bet me that this was low here. Hexy bastard. Right? Guys, you're not on my league. You're not close to what I have achieved in crypto. I mean, it's easy to just run and sacrifice and get rich that way, but you've got the fuck ton still to learn, little boy. Wrecked! I should have taken that bet. 9-inch. Did I check EHEX? I actually didn't check EHEX. 9-inch guys, you're losing your lows here. Maybe use some of that SAC funds to buy up the price. Got a lot to say, but not a lot to show. Let's look at it versus Rapid Pulse. Still holding these levels. It's not a pretty chart. I mean, it's holding on here. The reason why I'm looking at it twice is because, I mean, that's a W there versus PLS. So, I mean, I can't fault the granny if she wanted to get some here. But if you don't hold on to this level, you're going to the next one down here. Fucking wrecked. Needs to hold here, otherwise it's coming all the way back down to the yellow line here. Let's look at the coins. It's not lucky, I mean, it's a lot of work. You need to stay away from this chart. Oh my god. No, I mean, no. I don't like it, not at all. I just looked at WBTC. EX. It's breaking. It's got bulldozers here, which it has broken out of. See the bulldozer here. Don't really have a W though. Can I look at Ponkai? Yep. So EX is definitely showing some strength versus PLS. Let's just give you the boring breakout level, which is that area there. You want to start trading above there so we can go higher. But the RSI is probably overextended already. Actually, no, it does have a little bit more room. Did hidden bullish doves on this recent downtrend here? See if there is anything that is green. Let's look at what's going on with the Tang Gang. I think it's really stupid to make enemies with the people that you're on chain with, right? Talking down on them. Because who's going to join your community if you're fighting the ecosystem that you are on? Like, who's going to come join you? So if there's no green candles, no one's going to come. But this looks like the Tang Gang is giving up here. This was an ugly W. Yeah, probably come back to retest these levels at least. Stick with but. It's the losing the least. Yeah, so it's pretty much clear it needs one more leg down and it needs to hold those levels. Oh, wow. Rigged, Chitan, 20% down. Peach down 20%. Kakuda, it's the only green one. Pussy down 32%. And I actually bought some of this recently. Fuck. I don't know why this is happening. My deck screener breaking out like this. OX, yeah. Funny how I had this breakout level here and it's now right at it. That's the weekly W here. So I can remove these higher levels. It's coming down to at least to that level. Damn. Okay, BTC is making some moves here. Let's look at it. That's the W breakout point, which it's at right now. And it does look like it wants to come lower here. Don't tell me that, yeah, shit, that was a second low there. That means we're gonna come a little bit deeper here. Yeah, we should look at these levels. Tough time to be in the market, eh? Let's see what you guys are saying. I have 80% in that shit since 8 million markup. I took my profits on the way, but it continues to outperform. Okay. I called the top on Ponkei originally. Down 50%. At least it took some profits. Continues to outperform. Don't really know what's going on with my internet now. I fixed the DC issue that we had. I mean, it gave you the 61.8. Man, I wish I can find that post. Because it was on the Crypto Banter co-producers channel. Check here, co-founder of Crypto Banter follows me. I mean, he tweets a lot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find my Bonke reply to him. Okay, let's just actually measure this area. It was in June. That's July. Let's go to his post in July. Should be somewhere around here. Anyway, let's take a look at what's going on here. RSI. It's practically reset. I would get some if I can get it inside the reload zone. But I don't know if it goes even lower than that. The 3 days got a lot more room. This is the lowest the 3 days ever been. It's the weekly doing. Weekly is still high in the bullish control zone. Yeah, I mean, it looks more like these levels, eh? It started 10% of my polio, but it just kept running up and outdid my PLS ecosystem bags, etc. Nice, well done, dude. Yeah, I mean, you can diversify. You don't have to put in your whole portfolio in one specific coin, right? But then obviously you need to be active, right? Yeah, so I mean, this is really not the season to be looking for meme coins or whatever. It will come again, and we can be patient. I mean, we can wait for W's on the daily or even lower time frame moves. Yeah, so I don't really want to shill my Patreon now because I mean, there's not much to do. There's really not any coins. We just need to be patient here and let the correction end. Communists. Com is most likely going to make a new high here and set in that bearish divergence. Why is it paired against ink? I wonder what the quality is like. It says 400 followers. Connection lost. I don't know. Am I still live with you guys? Yeah, I am live. Okay. I want communists versus PLS, please. It's just a double top. You can see the RSI. Look how high it was on this peak. If this is going to make a new high here, it's going to make a strong bearish divergence like that, while price action is higher. Three-day. Same with the 3-day. If it makes a new high, it's going to have strong bearish divergence here. And the weekly. At least it doesn't have bearish divergence on the weekly. But you can see the last time it was at 60 on the RSI. Was literally back here. So this is strong bearish divergence on the macro. If I wanted to get some, I have to wait for a pullback to the 61.8. So I'm blocked by most of the Tangang people. Have they officially given up? I mean, guys, sort out your 9-inch exchange first before starting new shit. Anyway, we'll finish it at that. Do go follow me on Twitter. Like the video. Subscribe everywhere you can. This just pumps your own bags. Like, engage with the people that are making content for you guys for free and promoting your bags. Yeah, obviously we didn't close above these levels that I wanted to see, which is not the end of the world. I mean, you can always see like the people that talk the most shit, their sacrifices are down the most. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Like, subscribe, check out the links in the description down below if you guys want to support the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers for